Boko Haram insurgency in northeast Nigeria put the brakes on education for many children. While some remain closed in Adamawa, one of the worst hit states, those that are open have challenges accommodating children that are willing to return to the classroom. Despite the odds, the children are happy to be back on track while pursuing their dreams. Channels Television's correspondent Freedom Haslon compiled our report.
Most of the internally displaced persons in northeast Nigeria live in camps established and managed by state governments. Several other IDPs live among host communities, having fled theirs in the height of the Boko Haram attacks. There is, however, a group of displaced persons who dared to venture into the unknown. Rather than stay in government-run settlements, they chose to set up a camp by themselves and create a close-knit community. On the outskirts of Yola in Adamawa State, this unofficial camp, established 4 years ago, has a population of about 2,800 people, comprising 460 households. How did they get there after Boko Haram overran their communities?
Initially, we sent an advance team to secure a place for us. When we arrived here, we were very few, just about 20 households. When the insurgents took over Gwaza, those who escaped called their relatives and friends, and they also came to join us here.
They are holding up in some areas, but like every other IDP settlement, they lack basic amenities such as schools for almost 800 children. The look of uncertainty in their eyes speak volumes. The few that are fortunate enough to continue their education do so courtesy of an arrangement with a nearby government school, where children from the community are allowed to use the facility in the evenings after students of the school are done for the day. But the opportunity gives the children the courage and strength to hold on to their dreams. The present reality of the community may be bleak, but the community leader is clear about how access to education can shape a brighter future for their children.
We are refugees today due to lack of education, because an educated person will not join the Boko Haram sect. Now that we are here, it is good that we have our own schools with teachers.
With such a large number of school-aged children and only a few attending school, it is important to ensure that more of the IDP children access education so that they don't become potential recruits for terrorists like Boko Haram.
Welcome back to Africa 54. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. Now, Virunga National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo has a wealth of natural treasures that for years have been the target of big business and bad actors. Recently, another rush of ranger killings reminded both Kinshasa and conservationists of the risks faced by those who defend this historic park. Now, VOSC analyst Jeffrey Young discussed the violence in Virunga and the effort to protect it. We warn you that some of the images are graphic.
Virunga Park is unique with its active chain of volcanoes and a rich diversity of habitat that surpasses those of any other African park.
UNESCO World Heritage Africa Officer Edmund Mukala speaking via Skype from Paris. Virunga National Park in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo was founded more than 90 years ago, the first of its kind on the continent. Its natural beauty is matched by its incredible wildlife, rare mountain gorillas and elephants and other species, including the zebra-like giraffe, the okapi. But along with its beauty and its incredible natural resources, Virunga has its troubles. In 2015, the park was threatened with oil exploration and extraction, though that activity never moved forward. But there are many other outside threats, as set forth via Skype from London by NGO Global Witness official Billy Kite.
In Virunga, we've seen militia groups, oil interests, and local officials combining to really create a climate of terror against those who are trying to preserve national parks.
And a bloody terror it is. On August 15, Virunga officials announced the deaths of 3 more park rangers. In July, another ranger was killed, bringing the total killed this year to 8. In the past 20 years, some 160 Virunga Rangers have lost their lives trying to protect this African jewel from invasion, wildlife poaching, and natural resource extraction. African Wildlife Foundation official Craig Sholey.
That whole area has been volatile for decades, and it remains very, very volatile. And so rangers who are working in that area are putting their lives at risk on a day-to-day basis.
Since Virunga Rangers work alone or in small groups, they are vulnerable to ambush. But a new tool enabling rangers to see above and ahead of their positions to detect danger, remote-controlled drones, is now available. Again, via Skype from Paris, UNESCO official Edmund McCullough.
Instead of having the rangers being exposed to the poachers with sophisticated weapon, if we can use the machine as an alternative solution, while the army, which is also has been designated to work with the park rangers, could then intervene and prevent really the killing of the rangers.
McCullough says that as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Virunga National Park must be fully supported by all of its stakeholders and protected as the treasure it is. Jeffrey Young, VOA News.
It's time now for a short break. Before we go, a reminder to visit our website, channelstv.com, for news and other programming around the clock. You can also find us at youtube.com/channelsweb. And still to come, basketball is becoming an international game. We'll meet the Washington Wizards, a team that's looking like the United Nations of the sport. That's the story after the break.